Hi guys, this is Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a really special review. That's right, a very special review. And this here was for one of my supporters who sent me a donation, but he didn't ask me a question. So I emailed him and said, hey, thanks for your support. Did you have a question for me? That's what I said to him. I said, hey man, because I like to give a bit of value to people, people who are paying for me to do paid reviews. I like them to get a touch of value. I want them to feel that they're getting, value for money. So I actually emailed him and said, hey, and he came back to me. This is for Stephen. He came back to me and said, hi, Arch. Actually, I'll tell you what, guys. I got to give this one here a reference number. 20JU29. 20JU29. Okay, there we go. Because I'll send him an email. I'll send Stephen an email. Then he can search 20JU29 and find this review. So that's why we use this numbering system now. Okie dokie. Just out of interest, 20 is 2020. JU is June. Mind you, it could be July, but hey, we have to do JL maybe for that one. And then 29, that's the number of the review for that sector. He says, hi Arch, I have a question. Which watches would you recommend from Rolex and Patek that are good value and slightly larger? Old or new? Old and new, I think he means. Both old and new. Okie dokie. So let's have a bit of a talk about this. The thing about wristwatches is, as time has gone on, they've gotten bigger. Now, Rolex, they really were trendsetters because they developed the professional line. That's the Submariner, the GMT, even the Explorer, which was a high-grade chronometer-grade movement. Not chronograph, chronometer. Chronometer, not chrono. People get those confused. So chronometer means it's a high-grade movement, which is set, it's passed some tests and things like that. So the watches have gotten bigger. So okay, so what would I recommend? So I'm going to recommend what do I think is some pretty good value pieces now. So in Rolex, look, there are some great pieces there. I got to tell you the truth there. There's a 8171, which was a that was a very special, that was a moon phase Rolex, but they're so expensive. That's not really good value. What do I reckon is good value, bigger size now? So I gotta be completely just churning the cogs in Rolex. What is big? I would have to say the first thing I would have to say is Explorer 2, the new 42 mil. They're amazingly good value. They're not selling for a big premium, meaning a lot of these other ones, the Hulks, the Pepsis, the Batman, the Batgirl, they're selling way over retail. The Explorer 2 isn't selling, it's either selling at retail, slightly below it, or slightly over it, depending on the condition of the piece. I think the Explorer 2 42 mil is a really good piece to get there. It's got a lot going for it. I like they've gone to the orange hand, the 24-hour hand in orange. What's another really big Rolex? Okay, so let's thinking. What else is gone? What else? The other piece is the Yachtmeister 2. The Yachtmeister 2. Not everyone's cup of tea. It's actually a flyback chronograph, you know that? Because it's for yachting regattas, whatever the fuck that is. But Yeah, it's basically yacht races, So it's yeah, that's what it kind of does. Um, but I got to tell you, one of my favorites in the big oversize is the Deep Sea, not the James Cameron, just the black. Now, I got to be honest with you, I think that is a sleeper. It was 44 mil. It came out. It replaced this Sea Dweller. Then Rolex went back to having a 40. They actually, the traditional Sea Dweller was 40 mils. They had the SD, the Sea Dweller 4000. Then they went to 43 mils, 43. So I reckon the Deep Sea, they have been a little bit soft. You get those. They're pretty. That's probably one of the best oversized Rolex bang per bucks. So that is a I reckon that is the absolute sweet spot in oversized, big, chunky wrist watches there. So that's definitely where I'd be heading. That's where I'd be heading. As a bit of a side attachment, I must say this. A cheap, inexpensive, oversized diver is the Tudor. The Tudor Black Bay. Now, these are really, really wear big. They wear big because they're really tall. They got a lot going for them. Another great contender is the Tudor Monte Carlo. The Tudor Monte Carlo. It wears big, big, big. So that's probably the most bang per buck Rolex developed watches in the big oversize. Now, let's talk about Patek. Now, Patek in value, it's like Rolls-Royce and cheap. It's pretty, not such a easy thing there. Now, Patek, it's all relative because Patek's is very expensive, very expensive. But what do I see as good value in oversize? I tell you what I see is the World Time, the Patek, and the model reference is the 5130. That's the Patek World Time. So what they did is they had some Pateks. They came out, they came out 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. They're like $1 million, like the 2523, that sort of thing. They reissued the World Time in 2000. That's the 5110. That's the one I've got. Then in 2006, that's a 37 mil. Then in 2006, they relaunched it at bigger size, 39.5 mil, which is the 5130. And I think that is an absolute cracker of a watch there. The funny thing is, the 5110s aren't that much cheaper than a 5130. Then they launched a new model, the 5230, which was actually went back in size, 38.5 mils. So I got to be honest with you, I think the 5130, that's the biggest World Time Pateks ever made. It's a little bit soft in the collectible market, and you got to look at these things the right way round. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want that one." They become sheeple. They just follow the herd. But for not much more than a 5110, you can get a 5130, and it's the biggest World Time they've ever made. So huge potential, very nice potential there. And I'll also mention one final Patek, which is not as big as it is, but it wears a hell of a lot bigger, because I had one of these, and it was the Patek Calatrava 5296. Now, officially, it's actually a 38 mil. But it wears like a 39. It's a monster. It's how they do the proportions, the very thin bezel. the length of the legs. That's what makes it just appear so much bigger than it is. The funny thing is, now I've got a 6006, which is actually 39.5, which is even bigger, but it actually feels, it doesn't feel significantly bigger than the 5296, which is, it's a weird feeling. So I got to tell you, forget the mathematics, the figures, but if you want a good bang per buck Calatrava, the 5296 is not a terrible way to go. It's also been, they've stopped production of it. So, you know, there's quite a few of them around. They're a very, I don't know why they dropped it, to be honest with you. I thought it was silly to drop it, but Patek has got they've got new releases. They've got a different way of going about things, but that is a very, very, very cool way to go there. So yeah, have a think about that. That's what I'd be looking at. So guys, that's a few big, oversized, new and old, slightly larger and good value. There we go, guys. So guys, this has been for Stephen. Guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some nasty comments below. Guys, remember, paid reviews keep me in the saddle. Without the paid reviews, it becomes very hard to survive. So I do want to say, I really do appreciate the paid reviews that come in. That helps me a lot. $50 US, it keeps me going. I love you all. I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, new sponsor on the channel, APPSTANTIATE. Help get the most of your engineering and DevOps with APPSTANTIATE. APPSTANTIATE provides on-demand DevOps infrastructure, test automation, and continuous integration as a service with a focus on mentoring and hiring assistants to help engineering teams scale. They are experts in Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, and the latest open source utilities to help your company save time and money. Cost reduction in your hosting bills alone will pay for itself. In addition, the team is 100% onshore, New York City-based senior engineers. APPSTANTIATE will help you get most productivity out of your current stack and/or employee headcount. Email hello@appstantiate.com. Please email now hello@appstantiate.com for more information. ArchieLuxury, proudly supporting fantastic businesses. And don't forget, guys, make sure you subscribe to the ArchieLuxury corporate live streaming channel to be updated on all the live shows I do. Live shows! Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW.